What's going on, guys? I'm your host Twan and we are back with another video. And today, it's the beginning after the end, chapter 233. Let's get to it. We pick up with the Alicrean soldiers invading the Ayrshire forest. As the soldiers are doing recon, they're seeing piles of corpses from their fallen allies. Remember, this forest is layered with dense magical fog, so one wrong step could lead to your end, as we see here when one of the troops stops the other one from falling into a pit filled with magical spikes. That's when they decide to take a small break. They have to map out a new safe route for their troops to travel on. That's why they're building the arrays. It's like a checkpoint or a marker on the map. That's when we learn that the girl who set up the arrays is named Cersei, and she wasn't supposed to be on this mission, but was only picked because the team's original sentry died. We also learn that the emblem she bears give her the ability to see all 4 mana particles, similar to Arthur and his Realm Heart. During her scouting mission, she comes back with vital information. The main kingdom of elves isn't far at all, and there's a settlement village not too far from their location that they can infiltrate. The chapter then shifts gears back to Arthur and the council. He goes on to tell them all the information he was able to extract from Stefan during their interrogation. After hearing this information, the council feels like they've been overestimating the enemy a little bit. That's when Bunn stops them and goes on to say, it could be seen as a weakness, but from what Arthur is saying, they're more advanced in their ways of training when it comes to magic. The Alicrean mages are limited to specific singularity spells provided by runes. They cannot freely manipulate mana to create different spells as they wish. They are genuinely locked into the specific magical function granted to them by the rune. Their magical capabilities is determined by a yearly bestowment ceremony, where a mage uses a staff to trigger potential magic. If it fails 3 times, they are labeled as unadorned and cannot use magic. Compared to the Digathan mages, who learn to manipulate elemental mana through training, Alicreans are more specialized and less flexible in their magic. Think of it like this: you're a jack of all trades, but I'm a master of one trade. As the chapter is coming to an end, we learn that Bunn has taken the lead on getting rid of the Alicreans that infiltrated the Dwarven Kingdom. But it won't matter much since the Alicrean troops use the tunnels between Sapin and Dwarven's borders to enter the respective kingdoms. So they decided to send Camus and Aya to survey the border before sending in more troops. That's when Arthur reveals that they no longer have the support of the Asheras, and this sends Varian into a full-blown rage. He goes on to say it's bad enough that they used them for war. Now you're telling me that they broke their own treaty and didn't get the job done? I mean, he's cooking right now, I'm not gonna lie. But Arthur leaves out a crucial bit of information, and the fact that Agrona was able to take over Sylvie's body and relay the information to him. This could come back to bite them in the ass later. Let's continue, shall we? Bunn goes on to say that explains why we haven't seen any more Scythian retainers. Agrona kept her strongest at home in case the Asheras tried to attack her. But him saying this made everyone else even more worried, because they're already in dungeons. They already infiltrated the Dwarven Kingdom. How long until they launch a full-scale invasion on Digathan?